Good morning, everyone. How are you all? I hope everyone is happy. God bless you and your family. In the previous section, we saw about structure of cell. As we have mentioned before, all cells have some common structure. These are cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. The structure of a typical plants and animal cell show the following peculiarities. Cell membrane. The boundary of an animal cells is the plasma membrane, which is also called as cell membrane, cell wall. Plant cells have an additional layer on the outer side of the cell membrane. This is called as the cell wall. They provide framework for support and stability. Cytoplasm. The cytoplasm include all living part of the cell within the cell membrane, excluding the nucleus. The cytoplasm is made up of the cytosol and cell organelles. The cytosol is a watery, gel-like medium made up of 70 to 90% of water and usually colorless. Cell organelles and structure present in a cell or endoplasmic reticulum, vacuole, ribosome, Golgi body, lysosome, mitochondria, centriole, chloroplast, surrounded by the plasma membrane and cell wall. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is an oval or rod-shaped double membrane bounded organelle. Aerobic respiration reaction take place within the mitochondria to release energy, so it is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Chloroplast. Chloroplasts are the only cell organelle that can produce food from the sun energy. Only plants with the chloroplast are able to photosynthesis because they contain the very important green pigment called chlorophyll. Next one, Golgi complex. Membrane bounded sac or structured on top of the other with associated secreted vessels or collectively known as Golgi complex. This is a secret behind the change in the color and taste of fruits. Next one, lysosome or suicide bag. There are the main digestive compartments of the cell. The lies a cell, hence they are called suicidal bag. Centriole. Next one, centrioles. They are generally found close to the nucleus and are made up of tube-like structure. Centrioles or centrosome are present only in animal cells and absent in plant cell. The next one, endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, it's of two types, the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The next one, nucleus. Plant and animal cells have a nucleus inside the cytoplasm. It is surrounded by a nuclear envelope. One or two nucleolus and the chromatin body are present inside the nucleus. So, we saw about this in the last class. I welcome everyone back to my class. Today we are going to discuss about a new lesson, basis of classification. Classification is a very important aspect of biology. It is greatly easier to study of various organisms and their evolution. All living organisms are widely classified in two kingdoms based on their particular characteristics. Do you understand the meaning of classification? Classification basically is the arrangement of things in taxonomic group. In accordance with the observed similarity, it helps in understanding the group as a whole with a simple ease. Now here we will discuss with you biological classification and how it's simplified things for us. Scientists have been trying to classify living organisms in various ways of century. In fact, even Aristotle classified living organism and the basis whether they live on land, water, or air. But biologists wanted to broad system of classification living organism. Hence came the five kingdom classification. Let's look at in detail. Very early on, scientists began grouping the living organism under different category. Some biologists classified organism into plant and animals. Robert Whitaker and Carl Woese are some biologists who attempted the broad system of classification. Amongst these, the five kingdom classification proposed by Robert Whitaker stood out, and it's widely used. Whitaker that organisms should be broadly divided in two kingdoms based on certain character like the structure of the cell, mode of nutrition, the sources of nutrition, interrelationship, body organization, and reproduction. According to this system, there are five main kingdoms. There are Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Animalia, and Kingdom Plantae. Now move on. Features of dichotomous key. A single features that differentiated a group easily. One character selected to separate the group as present or absent. Continue the second step until only one item will remain at the end. Dichotomy of animals. Using a dichotomy pattern, classify the given list of animals: peacock, monkey, frog, toad, turtles, snake, shark, goldfish, ant, tapeworm, earthworm, and leech. Presence or absence of backbone, we can classify them two groups: vertebrates and invertebrates. Animals with backbone can be divided into subgroup based on its body temperature. Further classification can be done based on its difference like presence of feather or hair, scale, etc. With the millions of different species and organisms on Earth in various ecosystems, would it be easy to study each one in detail? Of course not. And therefore, there evolved a system of categorizing the organism into different groups. Let us study with the types of classification. What is classification? One look at your surrounding will show you what glaring difference and striking similarity are present in all things around you. There is a multitude of life forms that surround you. Not all plants are same and not all animals same. There is a great deal of variability amongst the living organism. This is nothing but biological diversity, a term that shows the variety of life on earth. Classification of organism is a systematic method of arranging organism into different group and subgroup based on their similarity and their differences. Classification of animals. Classification of animals divided in two types: vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates, animals which have backbone, that is vertebrates. Invertebrate means animals do not have vertebral column or backbone, that is invertebrates. Again, vertebrates divided in five classes: fishes, amphibian, reptiles, aves, and mammals. Invertebrates divided in eight phylums: Porifera, Coelenterata, Nematoda, Platyhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Now move on. Why do we classify things? Classifying things make it easy for us to know their similarity and differences. Things with a similar character and classified into same group, these things are usually similar in the least one character. Things with the different characteristics or classified in different groups. These things are usually different in at least one characteristics. Classification helps us to understanding living and non-living things in better way. For example, we can classify a newly discovered organism. We would come to know how it is relate with the other. Now move on. Need for classification. Right from the archaic items, several attempts have been made to classify the living organism. The first man to attempt a scientific basis of classification was Aristotle. He used a simple morphological character to classify plants as trees, shrubs, and herbs. He classified the animal in two groups: Anima with red blood, Anima without red blood. However, a need for proper system of biological classification was always felt. Need for classification of living organism. The study of one or two organism, it's not sufficient to know the essential features of the group. All kind of organism do not occur in one locality. Classification help in knowing the relationship between the different group of organism. It help knowing the evolutionary relationship between the organism. Now we are going to discuss about animal kingdom. Scientists predict that only 50% of species are known to man from the estimated 8.7 million species. That leaves almost 80% of species yet to be discovered. Only about 9,53,434 species of animals have been catalogued in the animal kingdom. Let us study in classification of animals. Classification of animals and plant. There are millions of living organisms in this world. There are some which are even yet to be discovered. These living organisms that are known to man very broadly include animal, plant, microorganism, etc. All of them show great diversity. In the classification of animal chart, they move from the simplest to the most complex. The different phyla in the classification of animals are follow us. The first one, phylum Porifera. This group of animals is probably considered as the oldest animal group. They are also called as sponges. These are by far the simplest multicellular organism. Sponges live in the aquatic habitat as they have to have an intimate contact with the water. The body of the sponges has many holes or pores called ostia. The body structure of sponges is designed in such a way that water move through the body where it can filter out food and also absorb the dissolved oxygen along with eliminating waste material. Now move on. Characteristics features of Phylum Porifera. The body are asymmetrical. Body shape can be cylindrical, vase-like, rounded, or suck-like. Spongocele is the body cavity that is present. They have the characteristics canal system for the flow of water through the body. Sex are not separate. Asexual reproduction is seen through the budding, fragmentation. Sexual reproduction is seen in certain species through the gametic fusion. Now move on. Phylum Coelenterata. These are typically invertebrate animals, which show a very simple level tissue organization. There are aquatic animals and are mostly found in marine environment, salt water, attached to the rock at the bottom of the ocean. If a few species are also found in freshwater habitats. Coelenterates can be found solitarily or in colony, single or colonies. You can find them sedentary or free swimming. Coelenterate can be called as the simplest animal group that has true tissue and have the characteristics coelenteraton or the gastrovascular system. Next one, characteristics and features of phylum Coelenterata. There are the multicellular organism exhibiting tissue grade of the organism. Digestion take place in the body cavity with this the coelentraton. They can live in marine or fresh water, already I told you. They can be solitary, alive in colony, each individual it's a zooid. Next one, phylum Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes are commonly known as flatworm or tapeworm. There are a group of soft body invertebrates animals. As a matter of fact, there are around 20,000 species of these animals. A few of these live as parasite on human and other animals. Parasite means dependent on others for food and shelter. Furthermore, it is because of this parasite nature that they do cause some amount of trouble for the host animals. Host, for example, humans and pig. A few species belong to this phylum can be a major cause of certain diseases. For example, filarias, diseases caused by this parasite flatworm that belong to the family. As the body does not have any cavity, there are flat. The body also not segmented. Segmented means box. And they do not have specialized system. Around 80% of the flatworm are parasitic in nature, while a few free form flatworm are also present. The Now we will going to discuss about phylum Nematoda or Aschelminthes. Aschelminthes can be free living or parasitic. The free living organisms are extremely abundant in soil and sediment and they feed on bacteria, while some other plant parasite and can cause diseases in crops that are economically important. The other are parasites that can be found in animal and human beings. Some of the parasite worm include hookworm, pinworm, and intestinal roundworm. Ascaris lumbricoides, it's a gained intestinal roundworm that is an endoparasitic living in the human intestine. They are very common in children and this worm cause a disease called ascariasis. Many adult roundworm live inside the intestine causing obstruction to the intestinal passage. Next one, Phylum Annelida. Having over 70,000 species, Phylum Annelida is a large phylum. Annelids are also known as ringworm or segmented worm. They exist in various environments including marine water, fresh water and also in moist terrestrial area. The size of the annelid can range from a few millimeters to an amazing 3 meter in length. Annelid exhibited bilateral symmetry and are invertebrate organism. There are coelomate and tripoloplastics. The body is segmented, which is the most distinguished features of annelids. Character Now move on phylum Arthropoda. Arthropods or joint-legged animals. You must have come across a few of these animals. Some prominent ones include insect, spider, ant, bees, shrimp, millipede, centipede, etc. Scientifically speaking, they all come under the animal kingdom under phylum Arthropoda. Characteristic features of phylum Arthropoda. The body structure show bilateral symmetry. 2. There are tripoloplastic. They can be found in all types of habitat, land, water and soil. They have jointed limb legs. The body segmented into three regions: head, thorax and abdomen. The body cavity filled with blood and is called hemocoel. The body is white in color. The exoskeleton horned and it's made up of chitin. They have the well developed central nervous system. The head well developed and bear the sensory organ and brain. They have compound eye and mosaic vision. For example, cockroach. The digestive tract is complete with the mouth and anus at opposite end of the body. They have the open circulatory system with the dorsal heart and arteries. Sexes are separate and sexual dimorphism is exhibited. Next one, phylum Mollusca. Many organisms belong to this phylum have a calciferous shell. The body are generally very soft and are covered by the hard exoskeleton. They can be found in terrestrial region as well as in the depth of the sea. You will be amazed to know that the size of the molluscans can range from 20 meters to 1 millimeter, with a few microscopic animals too. These animals continue to have an important role in the life of humans. There are the source of food as well as jewelry. The hard shell are used to make beautiful jewelry pieces. In some region of the world, this also raised as pet, even though it sounds bizarre. Pearls that are obtained from the bivalves and gastropods are valuable as this pearl are lined with nacre. Natural pearls are formed when a small foreign object gets stuck in between mantle and shell of the molluscus. Now we will going to discuss about phylum Echinodermata. Echinodermata may look morphologically structure and form dissimilar at a glance, but they all share the same characteristic features. These animals have some really unique shape and have beautiful colors. They are important ecologically and geological as they provide valuable clue about the geological environment. Did you know that they can regenerate limb? When a starfish with 5 arms loosen one arm, it has the capacity to regenerate the lost arm. This regeneration can take any time between several months to years as the wound has to heal and then only are the new cell regenerated. Echinoderms are marine animals and can be found in the depth of the ocean as well as in the intertidal zone. An interesting feature of this phylum is that all animals belong to Echinodermata or marine. There are no freshwater or terrestrial organisms in this phylum. Water vascular system present in the echinoderms. It's a unique circulatory system. This count for this gases exchanges, circulation of nutrient waste elimination as well as locomotion. Locomotion means moving from one place to another place. The system has a central ring canal and a radial canal that extend along each arm. Today's science assignment: answer the following. Learn all the question answer. Thank you.